Hello, so this is part 2 to my intricate doodle video, and this one is 8 times speed and it's approximately an hour long, but I'm not sure exactly. So altogether I've spent about 2 hours on this drawing, probably a little bit under. Yeah, so I don't really know what to talk about again, as per usual, but I did actually have some ideas, so I thought I would just talk about some random stuff that's going on in my life. So I basically ended up getting a job a few weeks ago, and I start that on Monday for the first time. I've already done a trial shift, and then they decided that they were going to take me on, so that's good. I've got a means of getting money until next year when I'm going to actually go to university. So I'm not sure which university I'm actually going to go to yet, but it'll probably be York or Durham, and then if all goes well, then maybe an even better uni, but I won't talk about that now because I don't want to jinx myself. Yeah, so starting work, I'm going to a wedding tomorrow, which I'm sure everybody will want to know about that, and but it'll be quite good because I'll get to see my family and stuff, who we don't often see because they live a little bit further away. What else am I doing? Or I've also considered starting up football again because I had an injury back in, I think it was April of 2018, so this year, and it was a pretty bad one. I'll try and edit in a picture and show you if I can find one. So I'll put that in at this point in the video. And yeah, it was very painful. I thought I'd actually broken my ankle, but I ended up just damaging my ligaments, and I couldn't walk for about a week, and I was struggling to walk for about 4 weeks, and then yeah, it wasn't very nice. But now that I've got things sorted out and my ankle I'll still have a little bit of trouble with it, but I feel like I'll be able to play football with it. So everything's pretty much sorted out with my timetable. I can now I guess implement that in, and it's just good, I guess, for keeping fit, which is something I haven't really been doing much recently. I've been sitting around a lot. I've been drawing and trying to focus a lot on YouTube and things like that, and I've been reading a lot more as well, so it's not like I've completely been wasting my time, but obviously you've got to have that balance, so I need to be able to keep fit as well as sort of keep my intellectual abilities satisfied. So that's something I'm thinking about doing, and that's something I thought about today because my old football coach messaged me. Well, it was actually his wife who messaged me, asking if everything was alright and saying that they'd always be willing to allow me to just come back whenever I wanted. So I was like, oh, okay, I might actually take up on that offer. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I sent off all my details and stuff, and hopefully, all going well, I'll get back onto the team and start playing good again. Like I've recently quit smoking. Well, I say quit smoking, but I haven't really. I've just substituted it for vaping instead. And I know that vaping's not the healthiest, and there is the idea that's going around that it can cause popcorn lungs, which, you know, I don't doubt, but I don't think it's necessarily going to happen to me, although that's possible. I just think it's better than smoking. So that's pretty much all that's going on in my life right now. There's not really much more. Alright, well, I was talking to one of my friends earlier on Messenger, and he was one of my friends from college. We did sociology together, and we did philosophy. We were in the same class, so we were just we always just have mini philosophical conversations where he'll send me like a philosophical meme or something about Plato or Socrates or some sort of like philosophical tattoo ideas, and then we'll just spark up a conversation about philosophy. And I was saying to him how I miss doing philosophy at college, because there was always the opportunity to be able to just have a philosophical conversation with somebody, whereas at home it's a little bit more difficult because obviously my sister's got her own revision to do, and yeah, but it was kind of nice just to talk to him over Messenger. We talked a little bit about Nietzsche and a little bit about some other stuff like Plato and Aristotle. We were talking about, because I was telling him what job I got, and I said I'm going to get barista training, so I'm going to be able to make a pretty good cup of coffee, and he was like, the form of the coffee, which is a reference to Plato. And I was like, yeah. And then we started talking about stuff like that, about the coffee bean, and the efficient cause. It's like, I would be the efficient cause, turning the coffee bean into the coffee granules. And then we went a little bit further, and I said, well, what was the efficient cause to bring that brought into being the matter of the world, which actually makes up nature? And then I made an Aquinas joke, and I said, and this we call God, because that's what he said. But like, most people probably won't understand what I'm on about, but you know, I found it funny. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been happening today. I've just been talking to my friend. Also spent about an hour on this drawing, which I've been enjoying doing. I decided to draw the circle around it because I like circular things. And as you can see, the pattern that I'm doing in the border right now is called the paradox pattern. Now, I think I might actually do a tutorial on this because it's a really nice pattern. It looks complicated when it's finished, but it's actually really easy to do. You can probably see me doing it now, but it'll probably be a bit fast because it's in 8x speed. But yeah, it's a fun pattern to do, and I'd like to be able to share it. It's not one that I made up, by the way, so there are already tutorials out there on YouTube how to do it, but it is a fun pattern to do, and it looks nice as well. So I'm gonna do that all the way around the outside of the drawing, just to, you know, I guess I don't know, just having a border on the drawing makes it feel a little bit less lost, like it's not really floating in space, like it's actually somewhere. And I just like the look of the paradox pattern, so I decided to do that one. Yeah, and the rest of the drawing, it's just pretty much intricate lines and marks, just making up the whole picture. And I think I'm happy with it so far. I'm satisfied with the outcome. I probably would have kept on recording this part for a lot longer, but my phone ended up cutting out, and the reason that the image is a bit dimmer in the second half is because I had my phone up higher so it could fit more into the frame. Anyway, this is the end of the video, so thank you for watching.